Hi friends, it's Dylan Theory with you, and today I want to share with you an interesting theory about the world of the game. Let's talk about OLLIE possibly being prototype. Could OLLIE be the prototype? Throughout our time in Playcare, OLLIE has guided us in our mission to thwart Catnap and the prototype. He has provided us with keys to various buildings, possesses knowledge about the locations of generators and toys, and is familiar with Catnap's transformation into the monster he is today, including details about the shrine created for the prototype in a secluded cave. Despite OLLIE's integral role, we have never laid eyes on him. What's more, OLLIE has never explicitly identified himself as an orphan of Playtime Co., or even as a child, leaving us to discern his identity solely through his voice. However, certain aspects of his voice raise suspicions. With so much mystery surrounding OLLIE, could he harbor sinister intentions? Or worse, could he be the prototype in disguise? Before jumping to conclusions about OLLIE's allegiance or true nature, it's essential to address several lingering questions that undoubtedly weigh on everyone's minds. Consider this. How does OLLIE possess such extensive knowledge about Playcare? OLLIE's voice implies that he's just a child, suggesting the possibility that he was once an orphan within Playcare. However, there's a significant discrepancy in the timeline. We returned to Playtime Co. in 2005 and left 10 years prior, in 1995. While OLLIE's exact age remains unknown, if we assume he's an orphan, we must consider the ages of other orphans, particularly their dates of birth. The only known date of birth among the orphans is Theodore Granos, born in 1983, making him 12 years old when he became Catnap. It's improbable that Playtime Co. would experiment with a child younger than 12, and even if they did, they would sound significantly older than OLLIE 10 years later. Perhaps OLLIE was merely 2 or 3 years old during the hour of joy, managing to survive until our return, making him 12 to 13 years old. However, this scenario seems highly unlikely, bordering on impossible. There's no feasible way OLLIE could have attained such extensive knowledge at such a young age. Having made it this far alone, OLLIE has acquired an extensive understanding of Playcare over time. Considering that all the experiments were likely deprived of nourishment during this period, it's plausible that OLLIE experienced the same. To comprehend how OLLIE possesses such profound knowledge about Playcare, we might need to discard the notion that he's merely a child. It's conceivable that we should even entertain the idea that OLLIE may not be human. This brings me to my second question, which you might have pondered while interacting with OLLIE. Why does he speak in such an unusual manner? Upon analyzing almost every dialogue OLLIE delivers, one notices an unnatural upward inflection in his voice, resembling someone attempting to mimic a child's speech, albeit poorly. Additionally, his choice of words is rather peculiar. For instance, consider this excerpt. It seems like Poppy explained everything now, and she turned on the dome's backup power. You should be able to find a big power cord somewhere around the porch. Grab it and plug it in. Beneath the statue, have you noticed the shrine? If you found that unsettling, brace yourself for the real sight. Hold on, let's backtrack a moment. OLLIE's comment about seeing the real thing implies he has glimpsed the prototype. How did he manage that? We'll address this shortly. Despite the ominous atmosphere, OLLIE's enthusiasm remains oddly high. Unlike Poppy, who exhibits caution in her speech, OLLIE lacks that restraint. But let's shift our focus from how OLLIE speaks to when he speaks. Typically, OLLIE initiates conversations when you're at the center of Playcare, a pattern that persists. However, in the beginning of Chapter 3, OLLIE engages with us shortly after the train crash and later guides us through the gas production zone in Home Sweet Home. Over the phone, we receive a warning to run, only to glimpse Catnap swiftly concealing himself in the shadows behind us. However, I'm inclined to believe this was part of the hallucination induced by inhaling the red smoke. What strengthens this belief is the fact that we never actually flee, and thereafter, we never directly encounter Catnap. Instead, we confront a nightmarish hallucination of Huggy Wuggy. Furthermore, upon awakening, we find ourselves still within Home Sweet Home, suggesting that if Catnap were truly present, he would have harmed us while we were unconscious. Hence, it's highly probable that OLLIE's warning was fabricated. Although I won't consider this instance as OLLIE communicating with us outside the center of Playcare, he does engage with us again upon our entry into the school. Before we delve deeper, he cautions us that communication won't be possible on this side of the dome, and warns us to beware of mislight before the audio abruptly ends. It's evident that someone else is present, and their intentions are not in our favor. Upon encountering Miss Light, we inadvertently find ourselves in the playhouse, presumably still within the side of the dome inaccessible to Ollie. As soon as we escape from the miniature smiling critters and confront the larger version of Dog Day, Ollie immediately inquires about our well-being, asking if we're unharmed, with no injuries or missing body parts. This repetition raises suspicions of an imposter, especially as Ollie seems overly eager to express relief at our safety, almost as if he harbored ulterior motives for our visit. The plot thickens as we enter the counselor's office, where Ollie's communication abruptly ceases, despite Catnap's presence and subsequent attack. Strangely, Ollie neglects to warn us about Catnap's presence, despite earlier discussions about Catnap's predatory nature and propensity for lurking in the shadows. The lack of communication from Ollie within the office raises questions, only to be answered when we receive a call from Ollie immediately after leaving the offices, without any acknowledgement of the preceding events. Upon realizing a disturbance, Ollie swiftly notifies us, indicating that something has gone wrong. He immediately provides instructions, urging us to retrieve the cord from the counselor's office and connect it to the sockets beneath the statue, stressing the urgency of reaching full power. Though Ollie may not have been aware of our encounter with Catnap, it's concerning that he stops mentioning Catnap shortly after becoming more present. It's crucial to remember Ollie's words after we connect the cord, as they hold significance for what comes next. Ollie directs us to transport the large battery to the gas production zone to facilitate our escape, underscoring its importance. However, as we approach the battery socket, Catnap unexpectedly appears, seemingly anticipating our arrival, prompting us to flee to safety via an elevator. In the room, we must defend ourselves against Catnap for 5 minutes as he attempts to breach our defenses. After finally defeating him with the overcharged green hand from the GrabPack, the prototype descends through the hatch in the ceiling. Catnap starts praying to him, seemingly spared from our attack. Suddenly, the prototype swiftly dispatches Catnap by thrusting his hand into him, killing him instantly, and then ascends back into the hatch with his lifeless body. Despite these dramatic events, which include diverting the red smoke and encountering Poppy, we hear nothing from Ollie. I suspect this silence was intentional. What's perplexing is that after leaving Home Sweet Home, we are attacked by Kissy Missy, and Poppy reassures us, stating, "I'm glad that Ollie could help you get this far. He's the reason we found you at all." This implies that Poppy had some form of interaction with Ollie. However, after Poppy shows us, during the Hour of Joy, Poppy mentions that everyone was killed. Wouldn't it be logical for her to mention if Ollie had survived the Hour of Joy at some point in the game? However, since she doesn't, it suggests that Ollie wasn't involved in the Hour of Joy and gained access to Playtime Co. through another means. He couldn't have entered Playtime Co. after the events of the Hour of Joy, considering his extensive knowledge. Even if he had been involved, he wouldn't still be a child. Additionally, Poppy's statement about everyone being killed leaves us with the conclusion that Ollie is not who he claims to be. I suspect that Ollie is not human, and considering all the evidence, it's plausible that he is the prototype in disguise, posing as a child somewhere in Playcare, equipped with keys and knowledge of the dome. Just imagine, if Ollie were truly a child, how could he have? How did he manage to position himself in a secure location where he can monitor us while we're in the main area of Playcare, send us large batteries and keys whenever needed, and possess knowledge about certain characters even before they were introduced as toys? Despite all these mysteries surrounding him, he somehow maintains a relationship with Poppy, who never discloses any information about Ollie. This makes me question whether Poppy is truly on our side. So it's time to wrap up this video, but before we wrap up, let's take another look at a theory about whether Ollie is actually prototype. What do you think about this theory? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading your opinions. If you enjoyed this video and are interested in more content about games and theories, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. Your support means a lot to me. Thanks for watching and see you soon.